All right, let's take two. Give me one more second, hopefully to pull this up again. Give you another minute to hopefully join. All right, I think we are good to go. Let's just make sure we're broadcasting here. There we go. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you could join me tonight. I know I just had like 6 different posts. Facebook was not playing nice tonight for our first night. I wanted to kind of jump on here tonight to talk about a lot of things, and I've got a lot of planning to do, so I'm going to kind of get right into it. I'm planning on working on my September monthly this week, a lot of different things. So I am going to pop right into it and get started, but now I just realized that I don't think I have my, what I need for this, which is, let's see if there's paper in here. Looks like there might be 2 pages, which is exactly what I need. So I'm going to be working on my September monthly. My intention was to do this yesterday on a live, but life got in the way. So I did not get on here live yesterday. So now we've got a lot of planning to do tonight. I'm hoping to get my September monthly down as well as this week. So I don't really have a theme for September, which is kind of when I get in trouble because I'm always like, well, what do I do now? So let me just kind of flip through. I'd like to do something kind of easy, but off the top of my head, nothing's coming to me. I know I always usually do the Harry Potter one. I think I can only change it up this year, although it would be fun. This was last year's September. It just takes so long, and I don't know if I want to be taking that long. I could do a nice pretty sunflower. I think that's what I'm going to do. I really love that sunflower. This is the Harry Potter one, and that is a lot of fun. Maybe we will, that's not that Harry Potter one. This is the one I'm talking about. If anybody's here and wants to jump on and tell us this is what I should be doing. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it this year. Maybe another month. Let's flip through here and see if we can get some inspiration. This is my last year's bullet journal. Just like this year, there's a lot of blank spaces that I never finish, but I definitely want to go back. I'm hoping with my, like, quote-unquote stencil September, I'm hoping to get more time in my planner. Kind of took a little bit of time off over the summer and did a lot of different things, so I'm hoping now that I'll just have some more time to do that. I'm kind of drawing a blank on a theme here, though. I mean, I guess I could just do like a generic, "Hey Jen, how are you?" This would be pretty. Yeah. Trying to think of a theme for September at the moment. I'm just kind of drawing a blank. Pick up my year before that. The problem is in September I always do the Harry Potter one, and I'm just not feeling like doing it. I just don't feel like doing all the inking required to do that. I guess I could do it. Stop being lazy, right? Hi, everybody that's just joining. I am, let's see, this was my, is this 2020? This may be 2019. This is 2021. Okay. Ooh, hot air balloons would be fun. I could do that. Although, how are you guys all doing? See, I always do Harry Potter. I feel like I'm letting everybody down if I don't do Harry Potter. I do really love this one though. It's just simple. All right, let's do it. Let's do Harry Potter. Give me 1 second. I am gonna need a mat though, because this is a lot of inking. And I don't really want to get it all over my table. Let's see. I don't know where that is. I'm in the middle of completely overhauling my office because it has turned into a disaster zone. And I'm hoping to have it functional for these lives and all that kind of stuff. But at the moment, it's not completely functional, so I don't know where the things I need are. Okay, well, oh, I do know what it is actually. Hang on 1 second, guys. Okay, we've got it. So for this, for the Harry Potter, I'm gonna grab a pretty large inking brush. And while I do this, this is a good time to kind of talk about everything going on in the shop this month and all that kind of stuff. I keep notes when I haven't finished planning my week, and that's what just fell out of my planner. Okay, so for this one, let me grab last year's planner again so you guys can kind of see how it's going to turn out. I do have to grab those stencils too, but the plan for this one is to do our Dutch doors, all that kind of stuff. What I like to do, or what I do, is I'll go and I'll put a base of this color, this tea dye color, down. And then I'll do the rest of that. So let me grab all my stencils that I need. And then as I'm inking, I can kind of talk about the Stencil September that's going to be going on and all that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions about any of that, definitely drop them in the comments. I'm going to talk a little bit about some new products that I have coming out. Our vault opening at the end of the month for PVC, all the stuff for PVC. What else? A couple new products that I'd love your guys' feedback on. I'm trying to think what else we've got coming in. Yeah, that's about it. We'll come back to this one for our mood tracker. Ooh. The other thing I need is a nice circle, and I should have one in here. Oh, and I've got this blacker too. Perfect. All right. So I'm gonna get started just with inking the front and back of both of these pages, and then the front and back in my actual planner. These are loose leaf notepad paper that I get from Archer and Olive, which is who makes my bullet journal. The last few years I've been using Archer and Olive. A5 is kind of my preferred size. It just comes as a blank notebook, and then I do everything in it. I do like Archer and Olive. You know, the quality, for the most part, is there. I've had a few that have not been as great. I just have a lot of Archer and Olive notebooks, so for the next few years, at least, I'll definitely be using those. But so far, they're like the favorite notebook that I've had. They hold the inking well and everything. So I typically like to use those. And then for this, I am using a Tim Holtz Distressed Oxide ink in planners. For beginner stencilers, that's the one I think is kind of holds up the best as far as ink. It doesn't bleed in your planner. And then for this brush, I don't currently sell these ones in the shop, but you can find a link to them on my Amazon storefront, which is in the campsite file. These are just bigger ones that cover bigger areas. You can also get the oval with the handle ones that have a bigger head like this. I just find these a little easier to use. And all I'm doing on this ink is just really lightly kind of rubbing it, getting some buildup of ink on here, so when I go on my page, it's just, I don't have to keep going back as much. And then I'm just going to start in really light circles on here. And I like to make them light because I can always add more. But if I put too much, it's a lot harder to make it look lighter than darker. Looks like there's some comments, but I'm not seeing any. All right, well, if you guys are saying anything, I'm not seeing comments. Hey, Cynthia, I did see that one. So if there's any more than that, I will definitely try to look through after the live and answer anything then. Or if, like, some of these comments that I am seeing pops in, please feel free to, like, repeat a question if I haven't answered it. So, what is going on in the shop? Like, it's a big month, obviously. Like, I've been kind of gone and away, had my big trip this summer. Just a lot of stuff going on in my life over the summer. And I think we all get kind of busy over the summer. Things feel a little looser, a little bit less plans kind of thing. It slows down in planner shop, so I tend to take a little bit of a break. And then obviously, like, my planned trip and all that. So I didn't intend to be gone the entire month of August, but I needed a little bit of a break. So that was definitely a good thing for me. But like a lot of you, September turns and I'm like, okay, it's planner season. Let's get back to it. We got a lot of things coming up this month. I'm in listening mode for a few minutes. Ooh, pizza sounds so good. Oh, I love pizza now. I hope it's delicious. But like a lot of you, September kind of like starts when I'm like, okay, I need to start getting my stuff in gear. I've got a lot of like birthdays coming up. I've got a lot of big events. My 20th high school reunion is this year. Oh, it's in like the end of the month and I'm like, oh my God, do I go? You know, of course, and then the holidays come and you've got Christmas and conferences that, I have the conference coming up. I'm doing a session at the SGS, Sugar Gill Shop conference in Orlando. I think it's November 1st and 2nd. It's right after Halloween. Yeah, it's November 1st and 2nd. So I've got a lot of stuff I'm doing for that, getting prepped. Mallory and I from Sugar Pop Fizz. Mallory from Sugar Pop Fizz and I are doing a joint session where I'm going to talk kind of about using planners and stickers, stencils and stickers in your planners, and all that kind of stuff. So when I'm doing this, like, I definitely don't need to put a ton of this ink on, especially because I'm putting a lot of ink over it a second time. I'm just gonna flip this over. Like I said, before I even start doing any of the stencils, I like to get this, like, a good generic coverage of ink down. But it doesn't have to be, like, super even, both because this is supposed to look like the mortar brick, so it's, like, kind of uneven anyway, and also because it's, like, you know, it's Harry Potter. It's a little whimsical, it's a little magical, and there's gonna be a lot of inking over this, so it's not really a big deal if it's, you know, even. If there's splotches places, that's okay. I think it looks a little weird when it is completely even for this type of, you know, this type of layout. So anyway, so September, obviously it's the only month of the year that starts with an S, and I like alliterations. So I've been thinking for like several years to do like a stencil September. And as I was like, okay, what can I do to kind of not only get you guys motivated, but like get me motivated. When I have a project, I'm always much better at like getting into things and wanting to do things. And so, it honestly was just as much for me as it is for you guys. So we're doing Stencil September. And with that, I'm also going to be doing like some Stenciling 101 videos and graphics. I meant to film a few of those yesterday again. We had some family things, so I was gone. Didn't get to that, but I'm hoping to get to that in the next couple days, maybe Thursday or Friday, and get some of those up. And then, of course, the Stencil September. What that is just kind of like a encouragement for you guys. Ooh, good thing this is Harry Potter, because like the crinkles don't matter. But if you want to avoid that, you can definitely wash your paper down. I'm just being a little lazy. So Stencil September is, I will be posting kind of like a couple prompts each week. Just kind of questions about how you use stenciling, you know, prompt to like show us what you're stenciling, just kind of encouragement for you to work on things and show us. And along with that, I'll be giving away prizes each week, since I kind of wanted to do them so that I could talk about like the next weeks during these lives when I do them on Tuesday. They're ending on Mondays, so we had like a little mini intro one. Just kind of about like questions you have and what your favorite stencils were and which one you want to learn how to use better and all that kind of stuff. So we already had the prize winner pulled for that because it was only 2 days. And the first prize winner was Shelby. I don't think she's on here, but she will be winning 3 of our new brushes. These are not out yet. I'm still kind of sourcing them because I want to source one more color of these, but these are kind of our new hollow brushes. I just think they're really pretty and fun, and I like pretty and fun things. I'm hoping to have these out for PVC. Right now there's 2 different colorways. There's like a like goldy orange to pink and a blue-ish purple to pink ombre. And then I also have another one. These ones will definitely be for sale, at least in a limited quantity. And then I have 2 other products that I'm kind of like on the fence about. One of them is this 3 set of brushes. They are tiny brushes. And so these are great for when you have stencils with a lot of detail, like the pollen of a flower, that you want to go in and just put yellow there, but like you don't have to wash, you have a bunch of stuff. I do love using these little tiny ones. I'm thinking about these. I'm still kind of talking to my person to see what we can do for that. And then the third thing is, so those ones definitely won't be for sale like soon. If those are something you're interested, definitely let me know. I will like kind of push that along. But like I said, these brushes will definitely be for sale, at least in a limited quantity, and we'll see how that goes. And I think that's kind of what I'm gonna do with the other ones too. I just have to finalize prices and shipping timelines and all that. And then my second thing, or my second questionable thing, I love our big albums, but they're very hard to source in that size without having a massive order. And like, I just don't sell them in a massive amount. And I really love those sizes. However, I saw this new product and I'm trying it out and I kind of love it. My only problem is the size because it doesn't fit our bigger, like our layout size stencils, which I'm okay with because like I feel like this is gonna be more like an on-the-go type book for me. And aside from like 1 or 2 layout stencils, which I can just put in an envelope, I don't use those as much. So this is a ring binder. It fits 6x6, so it will fit all of our standard size stencils. So like our stencils are just under 6x6 because I wanted you to be able to fit them in 6x6 albums because that's what I originally had when I started making stencils. I put a bunch of the sheets of thing, but they come with 20 sheets of inserts and they're double-sided. And not only are they double-sided, there's actually a divider between the 2 sides. So like they are truly double-sided. The paper doesn't come in it. I actually hand cut all that. I could potentially offer that, but that would just definitely up the price of it. But I really like being able to move these around. I don't know, just ring binders kind of, and in this size with like the little clasp, I really like it. So those are the 2 things I'm kind of like on the fence about. So potential new products, definite, at least small run new product. And then I'm also looking for a source for these bigger brushes because I actually really do like these. Not that I don't like other things, but I do really like using these and I haven't been able to find a good source. Anyway, so for Stencil September, Shelby was our winner for the first intro post, so she's gonna win 3 of these in whatever combo she wants. And then week 1, that's a full week, is out now. It's just asking about like things, how you use your planner, or how you use your stencils, to post a picture of a layout, that kind of thing. If you post a picture in the comments of the stencil thing, or you link one of our products, like it's asking like what's your favorite stencil, for instance, you'll get double the entries for that question. So like there's 3 questions and you can get 1 entry for each. And again, if you post either a picture or a link with that, you'll get a double entry for that part. So like last for the intro post, you could get up to 4 entries. And then, so each week will be a different prize. This week is $10 shop credit. Next week is going to be our first layout kit. And then the week after that is going to be our first card kit. And then the final week of September is a $10 shop credit. And then after that, all of the entries from the entire month, including entries if you tag us on social media, so like on Instagram, if you do hashtag Stencil September and tag us at ootbstencils.com, or not .com, OOTB Stencils, you'll get 5 entries into the grand prize. And the grand prize is right now, it's a $50 shop credit. If a ton of people participate and there's a lot of participation, I will definitely add to prizes like for the week and for the grand prize. Yeah, so kind of motivation to get your friends into it, all that kind of thing. Keep seeing comments pop up on top and they like disappear, but definitely ask any questions you have, all that kind of thing. So for the schedule for the month, like I said earlier, we are in PBC this month, which is one of my favorite sales, definitely my favorite sale. I just think they run it really well. A lot of great shops are in it. When I first started my shop, I never dreamed of being in PBC because I just thought it was like the peak existence of all the shops. And so now that I'm in it, I'm always like, what? You wanted me? So I definitely think that's cool. That I believe is Friday the 20th through Sunday the 22nd. And my plan right now is tomorrow I have a release of mostly Halloween. There's like one fall leaf stencil that'll be in it. Sometime tomorrow I'll release that. Actually, if I get my stuff together, it'll be released tonight. After the live, probably about, yeah, let's do that. Probably about 30 minutes after the live, we'll get that up. I just have a couple things I need to finish for that. And I will show you a preview of that. I can show you all the stencils that'll be coming out tomorrow for the Halloween/fall live. And then on I believe it's the 19th, because I think that's the Friday before, or the Thursday before PBC, is going to be our Christmas stuff. I'm not through designing that yet, though, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. I definitely wanted to do some more of the Christmas card up. I definitely want to do at least one more Christmas card kit. I'm hoping to do another layout kit. I'm not 100% sure about that. And then, yeah, just like general holiday wintry stuff. And then on the 21st, which is Saturday, there will be another fandom release. And for that, my plan currently, I'm not finished designing, so it could slightly change, is to do like holidays at the park. So a little bit of Halloween, a little bit of Christmas, Disney, maybe Harry Potter, but I'm not sure. Gotta get inspired for that. Probably mostly Disney. And then also a Frozen is like our main theme for that. So kind of a wintry theme, or fall and winter if you add in Halloween, to our PBC stuff for this year. And then I will also, because I know people have been asking about it, it's been a while since I've done one, I will also do probably a full vault opening with all the Harry Potter and Disney stuff. That will only be Saturday and Sunday. And then I have a ton of freebie stuff coming in. If you look in here, not this stuff. It's not that either. But all this stuff in here, and these are for a different part of the PC, but all of these are swaps that I have from other shops, and, you know, there'll be more. I think I have another 6 to 7. This is going to be our freebie for PBC, our general freebie. course, I'll have tiered freebies. For our first orders Fridays will be those sampler packs. First order Saturday, the first 10 orders over 25 are going to be getting a brand new reading stencil, plus a kit from another shop that I'm teaming up with for PVC. So that will be super fun. And then Sunday, I haven't figured out yet. And then there's going to be tiered freebies. But yeah. So that's kind of the like general schedule for the month. I will also, like I said earlier, I'm planning on doing these lives every Tuesday at 8 p.m. I thought maybe getting on like a schedule where it's always the same night. You guys can kind of expect it tonight or this night, and we can kind of see how Tuesday is. Hey Lisa, how are you? We can kind of see how like Tuesdays go. My schedule's a little chaotic. Tuesdays seem to be like the most, yeah, I'm always there on Tuesdays kind of day. I do like doing on Friday nights because then I don't have to worry about being at work the next day, but then it's like also Friday night, and you know, there's stuff going on, and especially in the fall, like kids games and people want to get together and like all that kind of stuff. So I figured if we were going to do it consistently, Friday was probably one I had to stay away from for at least the fall, and probably going into winter honestly too. But like I said, I've got a ton of stuff to do in my planner and like in my travel planner and all that kind of stuff. And once we start getting planners for next year to set up, so like I won't be averse to like if I'm free on a Friday night or a Sunday, whatever, to add on and do a second one for the week. But I kind of wanted to have like a steady live. You know, you can always kind of be, at least for this month, if you're home on a Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, hopefully, you know, everything goes well. I'll be here. And then it'll give me some consistency too. Like, that's something I struggle with, is being consistent with not only planning, but like lives and all that kind of thing. And if I'm like, okay, Tuesdays I have to be here, it'll make it easier. And if something comes up, like we might change it. But as of right now, at least for September, that's the plan. I will also be doing a live in the PVC group on the Sunday of the PVC sale, which is the 22nd. If you've been around for some PVC sales, you know that's what I like to do. I like to kind of like hang out the last day of PVC. I like kind of getting in that community and like meeting new friends and showing new people how to stencil, and it becomes like a, you know. And then I also like to be like, okay, who have you shopped with? And then as I go through, I like write them down so then I can go and check out those shops, because I'm a last day shopper for PVC. I'm like the last minute shopper. Honestly, I usually get off of my life and I'm like, okay, I just want to go to bed. And then I'm like, no, I've still got to shop for PVC because I was lazy. Also, that was the tea dye color of the Tim Holtz Distress ink for, it's kind of my go-to like parchment color. I do also like to kind of give it, if it's supposed to be parchment, I like to kind of distress the edges with a darker brown, like one of the Gathered Twigs or the photo something was my one that when I first started doing this. I haven't done a parchment look in a while. Vintage Photo is what I usually use to like distress the edges if I'm using like a parchment look. But since this is supposed to be a brick wall, that is not. So Lisa, how are you doing? I don't know if you're still here, but if you are still here, how's life in North Carolina? Okay, I'm gonna bring my pad back out, my mat back out, and we're gonna kind of do the edges of pages. So we like to have them match up this way. Yeah, good. Let's first trim this down though. Ooh, we have a little bit of an area where it's a little lighter than I like. Has it been super hot, or are you guys starting to slowly transition into fall? Taking care of your mom, yeah. That's understandable. So I like to measure these up and kind of see where, I think it's really that first one. So we'll do it from there first and then see how they lay. I might need to still cut one more off, but these pages are just slightly bigger than their A5 notebooks. So I do usually have to cut just a little strip, and I use the dots to kind of get that. Okay. They're slightly like wider, but they are slightly shorter. So that's one thing that does kind of make me go, ugh. Foster failed. Oh, poor sweetie. So that is that. And then I am going to take, oh, I can just take a piece of white paper and do that. So I don't need to brush that off. So I'm going to pull my planner back aside and just keep in mind, like, this is the way that I want it to go. I could also put it this way. Actually, I do like that. Yeah, let's go this way. Yeah. And if I thought this wasn't dark enough, I can definitely go back over this, but I think that's a good, like I said, because it's like a, drawing a blank here, like a distressed kind of look, you know, as long as it's covered, it's no big deal. Let me pull out, I'm gonna grab a roll of washi. I don't really have any, like, I don't want to say junk washi. I'm just gonna have to grab a pair that I have, pack that I have. I like that one though. Need to find some of my old washi. Oh, I'm gonna have to use some that I like. Alright, we'll use this because I don't use this that often. Like I said earlier, I'm kind of redoing my office, so a lot of stuff that I usually use isn't sitting right here. So my, like, basket of Michael's washi isn't right here. I guess I could use this Simply Gilded. I'll use this though. So when I'm doing blank pages, or like not in my planner pages, ooh, I think this is an older roll. That is not working off very well. There we go. It just needed started. Pull that away. All right, so when I am doing these kind of pages, I do like to just take a little washi and kind of, I don't want to, in this instance, I don't want to do the top or like the sides, like kind of just washi it down because I'm going to be going over that with the stencil and I don't want to like give it room to like, you know, go over. So I'm just going to washi the back of it. And I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Just give it a good little washi down. I'm going to kind of keep it close to each other so that when I'm washing it, you can kind of go in the same pattern, but it's not that big of a deal if they're separate or you want to do them, you know, separately. This is actually a whoops stencil. That's why the edge is cut off, but you know, we have the full-sized one here. It's just the last time I cleaned it, I got so much cotton stuff in it. So I'm going to use my one that has the side cut off. So I do like to start the stencil slightly off of it, off of the page. And just use some washi and washi that down. Again, I do like to washi it on at least two sides. That way when it'll hold it down more. Like if it's only one side, like if this side's held down too. You know what I mean? The more side you hold down, the more stable it's going to be when you're washing it or when you're inking it. But then to have it at least in one place, At least in two places you can kind of remove it and see what you've done under it and keep it in place. I am still going to wash you this side off because I don't want to just do a bunch of ink over it. And last but not least, the bottom. So again, I'm washing it on all four sides, so you can see how much more stable it makes it when I'm rubbing on it. So because this is a big area and I am going to do kind of the entire thing, I'm still going to use, if I can find my brush that has this color on it. Apparently I do not have it. What's everyone else up to tonight while I search for that brush? So that's another, a little bit smaller than the one with the handle. It is a different shape. It's not quite as, like, nice to hold. And then for this one, I'm going to move my light here for a second. This one I'm going to use the Aged Mahogany. It's kind of my go-to brick color. And then all I'm going to do, again, is just very lightly pat it on. And you can see how with having a bigger brush, how much more coverage you can get quicker. So if you're going for a big area in the same color, the same pattern, one of these bigger brushes is definitely really nice to have because it allows you to cover it so much quicker. And like even this where we're inking 3 pages front and back of 2 of them. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages total. We're getting through a lot of the bulk of the inking really fast. It's just going to be when we start, you know, when we're changing stencils and all that kind of thing where we start to split out a little bit. So let's see, I think I said everything about Stencil September. I definitely talked about PVC a little bit. We talked about the lives. Does anybody have any questions kind of about Stencil September or just stenciling questions in general? And now, as I said, with this washing down all 4 sides, I feel like this washi is a little sticky, so I'm going to go kind of slow peeling it up so I don't rip the paper. Which is why I like to use kind of that like washi that's like a little past date. You know what I mean? Like it's not quite sticky anymore, which is not this washi. So I'm going to be a little more careful when I pull it up. But with using that on at least 2 sides, what I can do is pull up 2 sides or 3 of the 4 sides and then pick it up and be like, okay, that's a good coverage. Even though there's some areas that are lighter, that's okay because like bricks have a variation in them, right? So we're going to move this over and we're just going to move it down. And then as far as this, I know I've had questions about like how do you continue to line things up. What I'll do is go to that top row and put it in here. And then just use that to kind of guide where my stenciling goes from there. And I want to kind of do the same thing, like I want to put my tape kind of along that same line on that side since that edge is like an edge of the inking. Obviously here I just want to put it off my paper. Lisa, are you doing CPC again this year? Okay, so again, just taking my ink and going nice and gently. It's like weird pattern. I don't know if it's from the washi tape or, it's really weird. No, And you're not doing SGS, right? I mean, I hope you are, but I don't think you are. I feel like we talked about that. Okay, like I said, really quick on there. And you can see kind of in the bricks where there's like a little bit of variation. And again, like people have asked about that. So what do I like to do with that? Boo. I was hoping to see you again. So what I like to do with that is just put this back over and kind of line it up and get a little bit of inking in there. So there you have almost the entirety of one page. We do have a little overlap here. No planner things. Maybe next year. I'm not really sure what my plans are for next year. I don't really have any like trips or anything planned. So I'm like, I could do anything. So I'm going to overlap it a little bit. So we're going to have a third kind of like stencil time. But that'll be okay. So on this one, I'm not going to cover this inked area. I'm just going to put it kind of on the edge of the stencil because then I can kind of fade this inking and hopefully not have to go back over it like I did the other area. Hoping to. Yeah. Sometimes that happens though. I mean, it's a shame, but especially because like, it just seems like there's so many fewer planner conferences now. Like you have to like you can't just pop into one. You know what I mean? Like it has to be a big trip, which really stinks. Yeah. I hope everything does. That's the most important thing though. Like, if my mom's health weren't, I would definitely be not doing what I'm doing. So again, just kind of a nice and easy. Like I said, this is like a really big impact. Like the pattern, one of the things I like about the pattern stencils is that it's very impactful. It covers a lot of area usually. It's kind of low thought, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to think about where things are going and moving things around as much. But you can cover a lot of area and make it look pretty in a very fast way. I can run my finger over there. I'm hoping there's not any more of that like washi tape residue. And I see here where I kind of like over inked. I'm just gonna let it be. It's not really that big of a deal, but so here's when it can kind of get a little tricky in lining up, and I just do my best I can. Actually, it's not. That was a pretty good job. Stepped away for a minute. You need to see how I make it align? Okay, so Jen, I am taking this off just to show you. What I do is I will take an area in the stencil and just kind of start playing with it until it like covers it. You know what I'm saying? And again here with the same thing. And then I just wash it down. Sometimes it's not perfect, but I know it sounds a little cavalier, but I just let it ride. Also, speaking of rides, how was your trip? I forgot about that. I saw a couple of videos, but not a ton. So I'm just gonna cover that. Apparently one of my washi tapes ran away. Oh, there it is. Oop. So once again, really quick kind of brush up. I'm gonna kind of try to even these tones out a little bit and keep them the same. Too long on a motorcycle. Yeah, no, for real. Everything go okay though? So that's really quick. And then finally we'll just do this one last strip. That's awesome. I'm glad it was fun. One last strip, and again, I just line it up by going and kind of seeing where it looks like I've already inked in that area. Usually I have a piece of washi tape to washi down. I need to book my flights for my trip. I know you guys are going before I am, but for my trip to Florida, I'm not planning on going to Disney, but I really want to go and get some freaking, back to St. Agnes. I've only been there to get on a ferry to Mackinac. Like, I've never been there. That's cool. I need to go and just, like, go there. You know what I mean? And I was Mackinac with an X, so I'm kind of like, that's fine. I don't need to go back there. Although, you know, it'd be nice. I think it was kind of like I had never been there, so it was cool, but we, like, didn't really plan a lot. You know, we didn't plan to do shit, like, so it's kind of like we got there, we walked around, and we're like, okay, saw the arch, watched the arch thing, you know, got lunch or whatever, walked around more, and we were like, okay, time to go, because, like, we didn't plan it, and you know how I am with stuff, I like things planned. I mean, this was also years ago, so. I'm also a different type of traveler now. I probably would have never been like, no, I can't do this. We're not going unless I have a plan. I know myself now. Okay, so there is that fairly quickly, I think, for as much of inking is done on this page. So that's the front, and then the next thing I will do, I probably won't do the full drawing of this yet, or maybe I will. What I do now is I will take this and just, you know, make a circle on it. Room had 8 lag. Like, see, yeah, we didn't do that. We, like, drove up for the day from we were staying in Gaylord. Restaurants in the beach area, that's cool. Ooh, okay, that's cool. Now that I could have done. Was that in Mackinac or St. Agnes? Hotub. I wouldn't put either past you. But that sounds awesome. I would have just stayed in the hot tub all week for sure. So now I am cutting this, and this is going to be for our platform 9 3/4, like this sign part of it. I'll show you. Nice. That sounds nice. I'm glad it was good though. Now, when do you guys go to Disney? Okay, so how I will do that is I am gonna, actually I'm just gonna flip this and make it easier. I don't have to unwashi it. Also, if anybody has any questions while I'm planning, feel free to ask them. It doesn't have to be about this specific layout either. It can be about anything. Planner, stencil-wise. I don't know the answers to the questions of the universe. Okay, I'm gonna pull this back up here, kind of for reference though. So there is like a 48 days. I need to get my flight for mine. Yikes. I am gonna do, that's exciting though. Now, I don't have the blocker for the smaller, so what I think I'm gonna do, this is crazy. I've never done this before, so this is a new, we're trying a new technique here. what I'm going to do is kind of gently cover this with washi. Now, if I knew where my, oh, I actually think I do know where it's at. I just don't think it's here, handy. It's not buried under a bunch of stuff, I think. Shoot. This, I think, is washi. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, the problem is I need to find the center of this. That was dumb. Okay, let's see. Let's kind of do it. I just kind of need to know how to center this stencil. Because I want to take through this. This might be a better way to do this. Just kind of get a generically decent mark at that. That is not that great, so let's do this. This is like way too many steps. Don't do this. Just take a circle and cut it out and just approximate it. But now I'm committed, so now I have to do it. This would also be better if I had my X-Acto, which is at my desk, my other desk. And I don't want to go get up and get it. This is terrible. Don't do this, for sure, don't do this. Okay, I'm giving up on that. That was a terrible idea. Don't do it. But that's what we like to do. We like to try out new things. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, and that's okay. Yeah, also definitely don't, you know. Now, my new idea is better though. I'm gonna actually cut 2 circles this time. I'm gonna cut the big one and the smaller one. And then we're just gonna put the smaller one on top of the bigger one. All right. Well, and now this doesn't work, of course. We'll do that one, and then we're gonna do our next size. So then what I can do on this one is just ink it, and then I can center the other one right on top of it. And once again, then I don't have to worry about whatever I was trying to do with that washi. Which also brings up the point that I really need to finalize the circle blockers. Like the anti-stencil, like the box ones I have. Because circles would be the next thing I need. Because this is not the first time I've done this like this. So this is another, I bought this paper for, I think an A5 wide, like, rings. And I just had some extra. So this is what I use for, like, testing stuff and covering stuff and stuff like this. Little things, not like an addition into my, I mean, I definitely could add it in my planner, but I have the stuff from Archer and Olive, so I'm like, it's the same kind of paper. It makes more sense in general. But for something like this, where apparently I keep doing the thing wrong. Okay, so this one, this outer stencil, because it's that darker maroon, I'm just gonna go over with this, and I'm not gonna really care about the middle. I'm just gonna make sure I get the outsides all around it. Because again, in the middle, we're gonna tape that or glue that other white circle in the middle. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll add this on here. I hope this has glue in it, because the way this night is going, it probably doesn't. I like to try to get as much of the outside in. And then I'm just trying to center this as best as I can. That's a pretty decent job. It's a little off center. Good, it wasn't completely stuck down. I mean, that's pretty good, right? Like, let me do one more thing. I usually like to keep baby wipes to kind of just slightly, like, wet my hands. Because as you can see, I've got a lot of the red on it, and it's starting to transfer onto that white piece of paper. So a good tip is to kind of keep a baby white or a wet paper towel with you, so you can kind of wipe your fingers off if something like that happens. And of course, we have our trusty sand eraser too. So from here, it's kind of as simple as, you know, getting your white marker, and there's not a black in there. That's brown, of course. Okay. Oh, I have the, I know, these are perfect. Because they're acrylic. But they're not thin tipped though, so. Let's see how it goes. Here's the white. Not sure if the white will be good, but the black should be pretty good for this. And then I'm just gonna kind of, oh, that is the white. If I'm smart, and I should, let's be smart. Hi, Alyssa. It's okay. We're actually still kind of on our first, this is the first thing we were working on, so you really haven't missed a ton. Just kind of talking about the month and things going on this month, and all that. And I can definitely rerun through that. Definitely a good thing to kind of sketch out, and not be reckless like I was going to be. Right now I am just working on my September monthly calendar, like my September monthly setup basically. I wasn't planning on it, I wasn't gonna do it, but I stuck with the Harry Potter theme for, I just can't, I love this layout so much, I can't get rid of it. This does give it a good black. And these are the Sharpie acrylic markers. Somebody, maybe Bess from Lights Planner Action, I think she was the one that posted on Instagram stories a while ago about finding them, and they're being so good because you don't have to prep them, which is like my biggest gripe about all acrylic markers, is like the press down and shake over and over. That annoys me so much. But these ones you don't have to do that, and it's super nice. I just haven't really used them a bunch. So this is a good opportunity to do that. And now I am just writing platform, 9 3/4, and then I'll also and now I'm just realizing that last year when I did this, I put platform form. I was like, this does not look right. I can't believe nobody said anything to me. Guys, call me out when I do stuff like that. 2 4 5 2 4. And you can kind of see all my little grubby red fingerprints all over it. So we'll definitely be doing a little bit of sand erasing once I get this on and don't need to touch it as much anymore. This doesn't have to be perfect either. And again, I'm just gonna do a little finger wipey. And the other thing that might help is I'm just gonna use something else to hold this down. It's not a good hold down though. What can I use on my fingers? Just kind of do enough so it's not like as glaringly obvious as it is right now. The colors were different. The colors of what are different? Okay, so we'll take that now. And I'll go to those 2 pieces that I've already done. And I'll just put these in the middle. And I know that I have them like kind of edged together. I'm going to glue them down like that. And then I'm going to go back and cut through the middle of it so it kind of gets like a good even split. So let's turn this over so I can give it a good glue. The red in the book and the red in the circle. Oh yeah, because that one I didn't do the ink. That was last year's that I was playing with. You can kind of tell this is actually the same ink color, and it's just I think it's more of like an optical illusion that like there's that other color under it. You know what I mean? Okay, so now I'm gonna pull this washi tape up. And I know, like I said, it's been kind of ripping a little bit, so I'm going to be very gentle with this. Yeah, see? I'll do my best to just make it a gentle peel. I'm going to grab some other washi tape for very minimal. I can just take a little bit of ink over that. Yeah, that was last year's, and I'm kind of recreating it. I kind of do this every September because I get to September and can't think of a theme, basically. Or not can't think of one. It's just always this Harry Potter. Okay, so now I'm going to take some scissors. And I can see kind of like the seam in the pages. And I'll just let that guide me to guide that. So now when I open it, it'll open like that. And that'll be my September cover. So then on this side, as usual, I'm going to do a mood tracker on one side and like a, you know, so many good things or whatever. But what I do like to do is Make sure this is right side up. We're so far into the year, that's right side. So this is how it'll go, and it'll open like this. And I'm gonna put kind of like a brick around this. So it's gonna have that same kind of look as, where'd it go? Really? This. So I am gonna kind of go around everything still. So let's do that. We'll start with these 2 pages. I'm gonna be kind of quick with this too, so if I'm too fast, if you have a question, please let me know. Well, a lot of stuff I want to get done tonight. And less than an hour to do it in. Because I have to work tomorrow and I want to go to bed. So I kind of just vary the amounts of pressure and the depth on the page that I do this on. I did this last time too. I want to go on this side. Oh goodness. Oh wait, no, this is exactly how I want to do it. Okay. So you can kind of see that fading out of it. And again, I will just kind of line this up very gently. Again, I'm being reckless and not washing it down a ton. Don't be like me. So you can kind of add the amount of brick and the amount of darkness you want in and out. You know, you can kind of go up in some spaces and down to kind of get like a weathered look. So that'll be that page. And then this will be this side, and we'll do the same thing. And then this side is going to also be the mood tracker. And so we'll kind of leave a little more room on the edges too and make the bricks a little lighter. You can definitely make it very light and give it kind of that like brick illusion without making like a lot of the dark colors, which is another thing I like to do. Like if you just go over it very gently, it'll leave a tiny little bit of ink where you'll still see the impression, but you can definitely still write a lot over it. And then final little area here, at least on these 2 pages. When we get to the next page, it'll be more of the bricking. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to be kind of simple about this. I gotta grab my right book. 30 days in September, right? Let's just do we have stars that are big enough? We do. Let's just do 30 of the book stars. It just makes it easy. And I will kind of put like a, let's do it in this like bronze. Actually, let's do it in the right front. What do you think? And if you're looking for these fonts, like I said earlier, these are retired ones that were in the Harry Potter vault. As I said earlier, though, during PBC, I will be having a vault opening. So all of our retired fandom stencils, including these ones, will be open during the PBC weekend, so the 21st and 22nd. And they will be 20% off or 25% off like the rest of the shop. So if you want the Harry Potter stuff, that's a good time to get them, because I don't know when. I think I will probably do at least one more vault opening, but I haven't 100% decided. but September the 20th, 21st is a great time to pick them up if you are a Harry Potter fan or a Disney fan. All right. So again, I'm just going to kind of trace this, and if you haven't had these fonts, they have the bridges in them to keep the centers. What I do is I trace everything but that area, and then I just make little lines. But since I'm going over this, it really doesn't matter, as long as I just keep it kind of in the same. And I'm going to do that same black, hoping that it's kind of delicate enough to get that font shape. And I can kind of just embellish it myself. Just kind of use the font as a guide to make these letters. Oh, I forgot the S. Alright, let's add that S in there. And at the top, I'm going to add September in there, just kind of like in a scripty font. Especially working, had to find my billable. Yeah. No problem. I totally get that. Had a hard time going back to work today. I was like, can I just quit? What could I do if I wasn't working this job full time? Not pay my bills. That's what I could do. And then I'm just gonna take our, okay, I just had a moment of panic, like, this was the right way, right? And I had another moment of panic. Oh, thank goodness. Whew, okay. I'm just gonna take this star and make 30 of them. I love long weekends, but it's always so hard to go back after them to work. Just like, I was just like, ugh, I want to be doing nothing. Especially like, I had planned on having really not much to do. My cousin had a birthday party on Sunday. I knew I was going to have to go to that, obviously, but other than that, I was like, oh, I'm not doing anything. And then it just became like, every day I was out of the house, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. I wanted a weekend of doing nothing. But now I think next weekend might be like that. So, other than watching the Lions, hoping that last season was not a fluke. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18, 19, 20. I totally saw your comment. I just have a hard time thinking as a counting 21. Especially after a holiday weekend, I'm always like, ugh, 22. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23. 6, 7, 30. Took Friday off and regretted it because I went back to work. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's so hard because it's like, my boyfriend did that too. He took Friday off and he was kind of like, oh, I don't want to go to work today. I'm like, nobody wants to go to work today. He's like, but I've been off for 5 days or 4 days. And I'm like, yeah, well, lucky you. But holiday weekends just always seem to be the worst because it's like everybody has been off. And so it's like everybody Friday, like, jam packs in, either isn't doing nothing or they're like jam packing everything in, especially because I don't know what you do, but like end of the month, and it's always just like crap. So much to do. And 28, did I miscount? Darn it. 29. Or did I miss a star somewhere in here? I must have just miscounted. Taking leave, yeah. Luckily, I don't usually have anything that's like, yeah. I mean, I get emails that are pressing, but usually it's not too bad. So I had a lot, but none of them were like, I needed to address. And then on this page is my one good thing a day. So I'm not even going to do any of that. I'm just going to kind of and then I'm just going to number 1 through 30. So this comes together pretty quickly. You still have to obviously do the calendar. And I am also going to do, so this might go a little later than 10 o'clock. 22. Okay, so there are, and that's how it'll go. It'll open like that. Everything's set. So now let's get to this one. Make sure we're on the right side. Give me 1 second. I want to find the layout boxes I want to use. I do actually like to just use boxes on here, and because I'm not going to ink them. Do I ink them? I could ink them, I guess, right? Did I ink them in the past? I don't think I inked them. I think I just drew them last year, which I think I liked better. Perfect. That's what I'm going to do. Now, September started on a Sunday, which I love. So it should just be a good, almost, yeah, Sunday, Monday has the last two. Perfect. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Saw a couple more people join. Feel free to say hey. We are just working on, or I am just working on my September calendar. I'm going with a Harry Potter theme. It's kind of my tradition. Couldn't think of anything else I wanted to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these are my rounded calendar boxes. I actually don't typically use these. I typically like to use the brush boxes. However, I just felt like there was already so much of that dark red on my layout that I didn't really want to do more. So sometimes I like a little bit of a simple one. And now my calendar will be done, so I can finally add in my schedule for all the lives and, you know, the PVC sale and when I want my releases done. And there's a lot of September birthdays in my family and so much going on in September, which is definitely why I like it to be the most hectic month in my shop. But it's a hectic I love, so. And we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Like I said earlier, I'm doing a session at SGS in Orlando, so I've got swag and all of that I'm getting made, and all of my stuff for my session. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That doesn't seem right. Or I think it's because I'm thinking of Monday start calendar. Well, let's just start it. Let's just keep going. I'm hoping it's right. 5 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. I will say, when I got back from my 10 days off, that was a lot. That was hard. I had so many emails. I was like, could somebody else not have just checked these? Somebody else take care of my problems for the duration of my trip? But it was worth it, so. Luckily, like, the trip happened to fall on a good time of the month. Like, I didn't plan it that way, obviously, because the concert was when the concert was. There was no changing that. But luckily it was during the middle of the month, and my biggest times are the beginning and the end of the month, so luckily it wasn't too bad for me when I was gone on my vacation. Now my next two, when they're in the middle of the month, or the beginning of the month, even though I'm like gone less time, I'm going to have more stuff to come back to, which is annoying. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will tell you in a minute. Let me just finish counting this because my brain is not functioning enough to do both. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then 19 is a Thursday, which is what I want. 20th is the Friday of PVC. 21 is Saturday. 22 is Sunday, 23, 24, 25. 26. Okay, now this seems right. 27, 28, 29, 30. So when I did my my monthly calendar for the shop, the only one in Canva template that I could find that had the right days on the right, because I didn't feel like typing a whole calendar out, so I was looking for a template. It was a Monday start, which I typically don't use. And it was just like very like odd for me. And so like seeing it now, I'm like, wait, what? My trip was incredible. So good. So hot. so, I mean, hotter than even I imagined it would be. Like, oh my gosh. I hope that it has cooled down for them because it was just like unbearably hot. There was a couple times that I was just like, the one walking tour when we first got to Florence, I was just like, I have to tap out of. I can't do it. It was so hot on the train, and I like had forgotten to bring water, so I only got like one little cup of water that they walked around and passed around. And it wasn't a long train ride, but it was just so hot. And like, you know, like the air conditioner over there is not the same as it is here. Like, even though we were lucky that our hotels had it, it was like, you know, like the most unbearable hot muggy day we get like here. It was like 20 times worse. Milan was like the worst mugginess wise, humidity wise, and there's so many bugs. Oh my god, so many bugs. SEPTE. But it was incredible. It was so good. I definitely like am glad we did all the touristy stuff this time, but like next time I go back, I definitely just want to like mosey. I don't want to like be on a huge schedule. SEPEPTEM. I definitely still have things I want to see, and definitely different places that I want to go. I want to go to where my family's from, and I definitely want to go back to Venice next time because we didn't get to go this time, and I loved it when I was there when I was younger. And I would like to see some of the smaller cities. I would love to go back into like some of the like smaller towns in Tuscany. I definitely want to see more of Rome because I just feel like we didn't get enough time anywhere, which is, you know, it was kind of a quick jaunt through the country, but it was amazing. It was incredible. I think like as cool as everything was, my favorite thing was just, well, did not have scheduled. Yeah, I definitely would do that next time. I really kind of had planned on that more, but it just kind of turned out to be more than we were really like. I think we thought we had enough time to like just kind of wander and mosey, but we really didn't, especially because like the one like really completely free day that we had scheduled, we ended up, because we were so close to this place that I've wanted to go my entire life, did like a day tour there. So that kind of like, and that was right in the middle of the trip. So that would have been like the day to kind of like chill and see everything. But because we were, you know, I've always, like my entire life, I've wanted to go to this place called Cinque Terre, which is like this series of 5 fishing villages on the Ligurian coast of Italy. And it's just like beautiful. It is beautiful. But I've wanted to go my entire life. And I told my best friend that I went with, her family came too. I was like, I cannot go that far and be that close again, because I was there when I was younger, with my friend's family. I was like, I can't not go to this. I was like, I don't care if you guys go, I have to go. And we did, which was amazing, but it was just, that day was super long. And I was really happy because we weren't intending to stop in Pisa, but the tour that we ended up choosing went to Pisa, and I really liked just being able to stop there pretty quickly. I would like to go back and see more of it, or maybe like walk around the grounds a little bit more. But at the end of the day, I was so tired. I just kind of like sat and stared at the tower for our little stop in Pisa, because it was only like a 45-minute stop. So, but it was still cool. But honestly, like I think my favorite thing, I would love to we took a ferry between 2 of the villages in Cinque Terre. But I would love to like go and just kind of be on the water somewhere for a while. I would love to go back to Florence and just kind of wander, because that was my favorite city to wander in, because it was small but like loaded with stuff. I would love to just, like I said, I really want to go back to where my grandpa's family is from. But honestly, like, other than the Taylor Swift concert, because that was incredible, and just, like, even though I've seen it so many times already, like, it was just, I don't know how it keeps getting better. I mean, I do, because it had the new set, but something I really wanted to see, I would do. Yeah, exactly. And that's, like, you know, like, obviously, like, I'm an adult, I make adult money now. I have the shop that helps supplement, you know, all of that. But, like, I'm never guaranteed to go back. Something could happen and I never go. That's, like, literally has been at the top of my bucket list since I was little. And I was like, I can't pass this up. I don't care that it's going to be, like, a lot to add on. I just have to do it. But that was, like, our built-in, because we went through a travel agent. And that was kind of, like, our built-in, like, rest day. Not rest day, but, like, kind of the wander Florence on your own day. But unfortunately, not unfortunately, because I really wanted to go, but like, it just was, that was supposed to be our rest day. So that really took a lot out of me. And the heat was just like, it was so oppressive, honestly. Like, I thought I knew what I was in for, and like, I did. I prepared for it, but like, you just can't prepare for like places that they don't give you unlimited amount of water, you know? I mean, like, they have stuff on the thing, but like, no ice anywhere, like, just like the little things that cool you down when you're hot. You know, the air condition, like shops not having air condition. I get it's another country. I'm not complaining about their culture, but I'm just saying, like, it just contributed to me being like super hot so much of the time. I have definitely already said I want to go back so badly, but I would never go back in the summer again unless I had no choice. Unless somebody was like, here is a free trip, but you have to go in the summer. I'd be like, cool, but also I'm going to be a vampire. And not go out in the sun. It was great, though. I really loved it. Definitely, like I said. But, like, honestly, my favorite thing, and it was kind of, like, gratifying just, you know, to know my hard work had kind of paid off. I took a little bit of Italian college, but that was a while ago, and it was just kind of like I had a semester where I was taking a really hard class. It was, like, my organic chemistry class, and it was going to be really hard. So I took, like, kind of, like, you know, the GC credits and whatever. I had already finished my Spanish, like, requirement. But I took a lot of classes that were, like, on the easier, or just things that I was, like, really passionate about, knowing that, like, most of my study time was going to have to go towards OChem. And so I kind of took classes that, like, I was super interested in. And then I had like 5 more credit hours that I had to have to be full time. And I was like, I'm going to take Italian. I've always wanted to. You know, I took Spanish because it was like, you know, the one that you're supposed to take, the one that was useful. But I really wanted to take Italian. And so I did. And, you know, it was fun, whatever. But it was so long ago. And, you know, I've forgotten about it. My grandpa's not alive anymore to speak with, to speak Italian with. And so I've been doing Duolingo for like, I think my streak is like 1,000 days or something. Over 1,000 days, like 1,200 at this point. But I was actually able to speak Italian and like carry on conversations. One of my goals was to like order, to trade friendship bracelets in Italian, to order in Italian, to ask for directions in Italian. And I actually ended up not only doing that, like after Milan, like Milan is where I finally like got, like I didn't really feel comfortable in Milan speaking Italian because it was like we had first gotten there. I was still super jet lagged. I was so hot and miserable. And that was such a whirlwind with like the concerts and everything. So I didn't really have a chance to like settle in to speaking Italian there. But really kind of Florence and past there. Like I started trying in Florence and like I just got more and more comfortable as the trip went on, and I just really enjoyed speaking in Italian, like and like interacting with people in their native language, even though like most of them knew I was American, most of them knew I didn't speak that great of Italian. But like the one I was, my friend and her family had kind of gone off, and I just wanted to like kind of like slowly wander because she has young kids that just want to go. And I was like, I just want to like wander and walk into the shops that I want to walk into. Like, you guys go, I'll meet you back later. I think we had a cooking class that night. So I was like, I'll meet you back here and whatever. And so I was wandering on the side of the Duomo, or not Duomo, the one art gallery there. And there was like a lot of artists that like set up, like selling their little, you know, their artwork. And I found this little, watercolor of the Duomo in Florence. And I like to buy art, like little, not even, they're usually prints, honestly. that eventually I want to like hang up for like all the places I travel. And so I found this watercolor that I really liked, and, you know, I didn't have any cash on me, and I was like, you know, I asked an Italian if I had cash, and she said, yeah, or she took card. And then, I asked, like, something else. I asked how much it costs, like, for this one, and that, blah, blah, blah. And, like, then she was like, here, and she started rambling in, like, rapid fire Italian, because I guess her, I don't know if it was a Square, or if it was, like, their equivalent of Square, like, you know, like, little machines that to put their cards in that, like, you know, you have it like craft fairs and stuff. And so okay, so let me interrupt that, but there is our September layout. I'm going to use that tip and tape to tip in one side, and I won't do the other until I finish. But I'm going to do that. So I'm going to continue talking, but I wanted to interject that I was going to use the tip and tape on this side. So she just started rambling in like rapid fire Italian. I was like, whoa, I don't know what you're saying. But she finally was like, oh, in English, like, oh, well, my card's thing isn't working. Give me a second, I gotta walk over here where there's like internet. And I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't get that, but it was like super gratifying to speak Italian, and to like be able to like get by with Italian. And I mean, like, I could have walked in everywhere and spoken English. It wasn't like necessary, but I think it made my experience so much greater. Like the one, actually in Cinque Terre, our tour guide, I'm sure they kind of like, this is their like gig, right? Like the restaurants that are super touristy probably like get them to bring their tours over, whatever. The guy the waiter that waited on us was so mean. He was like the stereotypical grumpy old Italian man, and he was so super mean. He didn't want to split, and there was like a tour group, right? Like, so there was like 12 of us, or 8 of us. And like my friend and her family was 5 people. Then it was me. And then it was 2 other individuals that were there. And like, we were like, okay, so we need 4 checks. And the guy's like, no, 1 check. And we're like, okay, well, they're a group of 5. And he was like, okay, so the group of 5 and then you 3. And we're like, no. And then I like was in Italian. I was like, no. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, we need this or we're not eating here. And the guy was finally like, okay. But the funny thing was he was super mean to all of them. But as soon as I started speaking in Italian, he was so nice to me. Like, he even gave me my Coke for free. And I was just like, okay. Like, I kind of felt like, dude, you didn't have to be mean to my American friends, but also, like, this is really funny. And then at another restaurant in Rome, our last, like, full day there, the guy was talking, and he was talking, and like I was ordering, I even though everybody else was ordering it in English and stuff, it was super helpful. I don't think it was necessary, right? Like, you know, it's a tourist city. You don't need to speak it to get around, but I definitely think that there were places that I got better service because I did. But like the last waiter we had was so funny. Like, he was just like, you speak Italian. It's so beautiful that you speak Italian. And then he was like, he thought everybody else did too. And I was like, no, they don't speak. I mean, like, they, you know, said, hey, what's up? Kind of, you know, the couple words, whatever. And I was like, no, they don't speak Italian. And so then he like went to English, and he was like saying stuff to me, and he was like trying to explain to me, like, her husband ordered tripe, but on the menu it wasn't tripe, but he was like trying to tell him it was tripe, and I was like, no, you need to tell him it was tripe, like, you know, to make sure that he still wanted it. And it was just really funny. But he was just like, it's so great you speak Italian. And then we had our tour guide of the Vatican. Like, she was a really good tour guide. She was really informative. She was really nice. But she was just, like, not, like, overly, like, she wasn't a people person. Like, you could tell she was probably, like, an introvert, right? Like, I mean, I'm an introvert. I get it. And she was super factual. Like, she wasn't, like, but she, like, just would talk about that. Like, she wasn't like, so, like, where are you guys from? Like, how you doing? Like, what have you seen? So, like, she wasn't, like, that, like, people-y. You know what I mean? And, again, I get it. I'm not people-y. But so, like, we went through the entire tour, and then we got to the Vatican post office, And I wanted to send my nephew and my boyfriend, and I wanted to send myself a postcard from the Vatican. So I like went in there and I ordered, you know, I ordered a postcard in Italian, ordered the stamps in Italian, and then my friend was like, hey, I need you to order it for me too. But I guess, I don't know if the lady just wasn't speaking English or what. So I did. And then I was like standing there looking for a pen because they have a mailbox you can mail it in, so you can still get like the postage on it, or the, what do you call it? Like the stamp, like not the stamp, but like the, you know what I mean? Like when they like, you know what I mean, right? Not like the postage stamp, but like the stamp, whatever. So it'll say it's coming from Vatican. So, I was like standing there trying to find my pen that was deep in my purse because my purse was locked up tight. And the lady was like, oh, here, do you need a pen? And I was like, oh yeah. So I like wrote it, and then I walked outside to put it in the thing. Postmark, there you go. So I walked outside to put it in the thing, the mailbox, and she was standing by and like they were, I think my friend was somebody else, and she was like, there you go. And then she was like, and you speak Italian. Yeah, like a seal kind of thing, but like a postmark. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you speak good Italian. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, you know, like I don't speak that good of Italian. I've just been learning it, but like I don't have anybody to practice with. I don't have to speak with. I can read it, I can listen and hear things, but I don't have anybody to speak with. So like I can't, you know, I've just been trying to speak it here. And she was like, and then she started speaking Italian, and I got most of it. So I was impressed because she went kind of slow, which I was happy about. She was like, you know, I'm trying to learn French, and it's the same thing, but French people do not like you to talk. They just don't want it. They don't care. They don't care that you're trying. And then she was like, so I'm trying, but nobody will help me. And she's like, you know, and then she was like, I'm from here. And she started telling me like her whole life story. And she was just like, why do you speak Italian? I was like, well, my grandparents are from, you know, from Italy, and my family heritage. And you know, I really, it's just something I've always really loved Italy. And, you know, coming here, I really wanted to at least be able to like, you know, order, ask for directions. But I just love the Italian language anyway. So I wanted to do it anyway. And so she just kept speaking and speaking, and it was really funny because it was like her change in personality was like epically different. And it was so cool. Like, I mean, like obviously like you don't want to be like, oh, it's cool that I spoke Italian and then they were nice to me, because that wasn't the case. She was nice anyway, but it was just like like you could just tell she was like more comfortable maybe, or just like really excited somebody really wanted to speak Italian. But it was really cool because she was just like, oh my God. And then she was like, talked until our driver came. Like, then she was like, goodbye. It was so nice to meet you. Keep learning Italian. But it was really cool. It was really, really awesome. It's so cool to be able to speak understand the native language. It was really funny because like you could tell people like that didn't think you spoke Italian, and I could hear them talking about people, and I was just kind of like, I'm eavesdropping. I told the tour guide lady, I was like, I've been eavesdropping on so many conversations because I can understand them, but I just can't like reply. Like the first time in Milan, I went to try to speak Italian, and I was like, I'll take some, whatever the gelato was, whatever the flavor was. And the lady was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, excuse me. What? In English. She's like, oh, do you want small, medium, or large? And I was like, oh, I didn't learn those words. I did. And, like, I think in the moment I was so hot, like, I felt like kind of a little low-key miserable the entire time, but it was so fun. And, like, just, I really want to go back. Okay, so this week is the Lions season opener. And I think I want to do a football. I just had all those football stencils, so I think I want to do some football stuff. I got this order from Nerds the Word sticker company. She's also based in Michigan. She did some custom football teams, and I got some Lions. I didn't get a full Ohio State set, but I did get the little people and the schedule, little fans. So I think I want to do that and put our football schedule down. So I think I want to do a football week. Let's do a Lions one. I am going to use our blockers, and I think what I'm going to do is just do a, trying to decide what stencil I want to use. Yay. Hey, Christy. I don't know if you popped out already. I just noticed your thing popped on. Long time. I miss you. Yeah, yay football. I'm excited. Oh my God, did you watch the game Saturday? The first quarter, I was like, oh God, this is so bad. This is so bad. But I'm excited about our quarterback. Let's see. Oh, let's flip through. I think a lot of you weren't on earlier. I did kind of go over Stencil September, and I can kind of talk about that now too. Here's 2 stencils that haven't come out yet, but will be soon. So you guys saw like the new football stuff. This is my Ohio State one, even though it's a Christmas one, but it's an Ohio State one. We got the helmets. I think I need an IO, exactly. Well, you know what you can do? You do the OH on one page and then turn it this way and make it IO. I should do that. Got the football one. I love this one. I should do a Lions one like that, actually. Okay, so before I start doing the football stuff, sneak preview, Halloween stuff that's coming out tomorrow. This is a crime scene layout. It comes with the inserts to cover these. Also a Bones stencil, layout stencil. I love this guy. He's so cute. And Flying Bats pattern. And our brooms. Exactly. And then we have 2 different potions. One that they're just kind of straight, and one they're kind of like falling all over the place. This is our Halloween / a little tiny bit of fall. Yeah, Bones, Mr. Bones. That's what I should have named it. Dang it, I'm gonna have to rename it. Little pumpkin face one. I just like cannot wait to do an orange background and then just do this black pattern on the back. This is one of my favorites. The little heart hands with their skeleton hands. I love it. And then we have a cat, a black cat, witchy black cat stencil. And then just another little falling leaves one. The crime scene one. And then this is kind of a corollary to that crime scene one because there was more stuff I wanted to put on there, but I don't like to make them too cluttered. Because like I feel like they don't translate as much when there's like, you know, you can't move it around and kind of do your own thing. So this was like kind of like an accessory to that one. I should name this accessory to murder. Dang it. And then this is a little ghosties pattern. And then these are the zombie hands. Again, like I'm picturing this on like a lime green, like a neon lime green. I don't know what mine is, but like a good like Halloween-y green with like the black hands. And then a graveyard one. I still have a couple more I might come out with before PBC, but this is going to be tomorrow's Halloween release. I'm going to try and get them tonight, but that's tomorrow's Halloween release. I just wanted to show that because I did kind of talk about my schedule for PBC. We've got, I am going to be trying to do lives every Tuesday night this month. I might change the month next month, or the day next month, but another one going for. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna stencil this here. However, just an FYI, this is what I was gonna talk about next. Like I said, I'm doing lives every Tuesday night. And that's just to kind of go with like this whole Stencil September theme. I had an intro post Monday, Tuesday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But what it is just kind of like an encouragement for you guys to use your stencils, share it with us, but really get into your planners, into your stencils, and use them. So each week I'm just going to be asking a couple questions, or like, you know, show us a planner layout, that kind of thing. And if you post a picture, if you answer the question, it's one entry. If you post a picture, like if it's like, hey, show us your layout, it's 2 entries. And then there'll be prizes each week. I did show the prize for the intro post is one of our new products. This is going to be a limited run at first. We've got some new colors in our inking brushes. They're ombre, like a metallic-y hollow ombre. There's a yellow to pink one and a blue to pink one. So our prize for that intro post, which is closed now, my friend Shelby won that. She's going to be getting 3 of those. And then the prize for this week is $10 shop credit. So if you're on a no spend, that's a good thing to enter. And of course, like I said, PVC is coming up. I will try to get those orders out as fast as possible, but, you know, I thought I had two that were the same size. I do not. Shoot. Oh well, we're just gonna do, so what I think I'm gonna do is do a Lionsy blue background. Gotta find a good Lions blue though. I think this is probably my closest one. Maybe this one. Probably this one. So that post is up now for the first full week. So you can go and check that out. While I grab this. I'm going to do a blue background, and then what I think I'm going to do is going to kind of like do a couple different patterns. I'm going to do our football pattern, and probably some of the players, and maybe a little bit of this pattern, maybe some helmets, that kind of thing. I'm going to kind of stagger the patterns all over and make it a little bit of a Mod Podge, hodgepodge. Let's get our sheet down there though. So yeah, so that's kind of like the motivation for Stencil September, to kind of use your stuff, get it going. As I said earlier, I am in the PVC sale at the end of the month, which is the 20th through the 22nd. I will be doing a PVC live on the 22nd in the PVC group. That's the Sunday. I will also, of course, still be doing the lives on Tuesday. I probably will throw in like a Friday night hangout live that week, depending on how my schedule looks. But that's kind of the plan. As far as releases, tomorrow I'm releasing the bulk of my Halloween stuff. I may still release one or two more because I still have a couple more in my brain that I'm like, I would love to get out there, but I just wanted to get, like, I feel like, especially for like PVC, I have like 6 different themes in my head and want to release them all, and then it just gets like overwhelming. So I wanted to kind of spread them out a little bit over the month. That's why we got the football ones this weekend, and then we're going to have the Halloween ones tomorrow, and then I have a couple little like kind of vaguely election themed ones. Like I have these stars and stripes. This was meant actually for the Olympics, and Italy consumed me, and then I was so exhausted when I got back from Italy, so I didn't do that. But I have a couple more that I might, if I can squeeze in there, I'll do that as well. What else is there? On the 19th will be our Christmas and like holiday winter one release. I'm hoping to do a layout kit as well as at least one card kit. Maybe an ornament? That would be kind of cool, like an ornament kit. Is that something you guys would be interested in? And again, what like the layout kit is like meant to have everything for one layout. The card kit is to let you, give you things that you can use in cards, but also still use in your planner. And then, I guess if it didn't like an ornament kit, it would be that you could make ornaments, but still use like the stencils that you're using, to make ornaments that you could still use those in your planner as well. Like I'm thinking like I could even get like the ornaments that are shaped like gift tags to put in there, like these kind. You could even theoretically like make them into gift tags to put on presents too. So that's another thought. That might be something I do, maybe more for like Black Friday, just because that's like, I'm gonna have to source those ornaments and all that. So, but that just kind of popped in my head right now. Like that would be kind of fun too. But, we probably will just do a card kit and a layout kit for, PVC. And then like, as we're rolling further into the holidays, we'll do a little more of the, like, maybe we'll do like an ornament kit or something like that. Sometimes I run my mouth too fast and I'm like, wait a second, I can't get that done before PVC. Also for PVC, as usual, there'll be freebies. I showed this earlier, but I have a big like box full of some of the freebies that I've already started getting in, the swaps. I also have this is a really big sneak preview. That's going to be a first 10 in our shop, orders over 25 on Saturday, which will also be accompanied with a reading journaling kit from a shop that I'm pairing up with to do that. So that is one of the Saturday things. Friday will be, of course, our shop swap, and then I'm going to probably have some tiered freebies. And the other big thing for PBC is I will also be having a fandom release of holidays at the park. So like some Halloween, some Christmas, and then like at Disney. And then I'll also be doing some Frozen themed stencils. So that's kind of the release schedule. Like I said, I might do another release in between the Halloween and the Christmas, but I'm not 100% sure. And I may also still kind of add a few more Halloween stuffs in there. And then after that, I'm sorry, my like brain keeps like pausing. My nephew, I have a 5-year-old nephew, and his favorite game is like the pause, like make you stop or whatever you're doing. He loves doing that. And that's what I feel like my brain is like right now. Pause. Okay. I'm going to outline my box. I've actually really been loving, instead of doing 2 separate boxes where I have to kind of like, you know, in here, like in the crease, kind of like, you know, still do the stenciling, and it's a different look. I've been really loving doing it more like this, where like I have more room on the sides, and then I also have like that middle thing. So that's how I'm doing this box. Okay, so let's do, I do need to pull out my football stencil, my football balls one. So let me pull that out really quick. I can find it, because apparently I cannot. And I know I just had it too. That's the annoying thing. You can't do a football layout without a football stencil. My other project is to get all my stencils back in order, because that is clearly going very well. I am so sure I just saw it the other day. Ugh, how annoying. Oh, here it is. I knew it. I knew I saw it. Alright, we're gonna do that. So, this is gonna be kind of like a, we're gonna kind of get like separate things in separate places kind of vibe, if that makes sense. I'm looking for what I think is the best, like, brighter football. We're gonna go with this one. Football color. I'm gonna get a couple good little layers on here, because with the blue down it can look a little dull, I guess. So we're gonna add some footballs there, and I think we're also gonna add them down here. And what I'll do is I'll take that smaller one and just kind of place it here for a minute. I want to give this kind of like a layery, like almost like a, not grungy, but like a, I mean, kind of, that kind of like vibe. Like it's got kind of layers of stuff in it, if that makes sense. So we got our footballs down. And now I'm thinking of doing like that playbook one. That is funny because like I kind of designed that one as an afterthought, and everybody's like, every comment has been like, oh, I really like the playbook one. And that's so funny to me because that was like my last one that I designed. Like it was almost like the not really the afterthought, but it kind of was. And that's so funny to me because, like, that's the one everybody has commented on, that they like that one the best. Or not the best, but that's the one everybody's commented on. And that's so funny to me. So we're going to do the blaze in this corner. And it's, like, so ironic to me that that's the one that everybody has kind of liked. We're going to also do it up here. It's so interesting every time I design stuff, and I design like a kind of a range of stuff. The stuff that I always think is like going to be the one that, like, oh shoot, I totally forgot to block this off. Yeah, the best items. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's so funny that it's like, it's so funny when it's like the ones that I'm like at the last thing, I'm like, oh, I guess I could just, I have time to do this one. Or like it's that last idea that like I hadn't even thought of. And it's funny because I think I was watching a preseason game, and they like a preseason NFL game, and they had a play up, and I was like, that would be kind of cool, like to do this with, add on like a background of a stencil of a layout, something that's a little layered or something like that. But it's still like, even when I made it, I was kind of like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'll use it. And I didn't think, and actually I think every single football order that I've gotten so far has had at least one of the two in it. Which is so funny. Like I said, it always amuses me that, like, it's so different, the things that I think are going to go really well. And not that, like, nothing's gone, like, poorly, whatever. You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like, it's, like, not exactly how, it surprises me. I mean, not in a bad way, it just surprises me. And that's one of the reasons I'm always like, make 5 more designs. Because this might be the one that they actually love. Okay. So now let's do the football players. I'm trying to think. I kind of want to see how the silver will look. Not silver, but should I do the silver? I don't think I've ever even done the silver with you. Okay. This is a metallic ink, and it's very hard to use, and it does not dry a lot. So I'm going to use it very sparingly, but I just really love the metallic look. Like, I think it looks so cool. Yeah, it doesn't show up very well with the blue down, so we're not going to use that. We're just going to go, I think I'm just going to do a black, but I'm going to do, like, a light coating of that black. You know what I mean? Just kind of to give the illusion of these players. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that since it's so light. I'm going to do it like all over this entire thing. I will. The thing I'm more worried about is because, like, I really need to use this week, like, tonight. I don't want it to not dry in that ink for the playoff game last season. I don't know. I think I did, like, 1 page blue with the footballs on top of it, and the other page was white, and I used, like, a light gray. Oh my god, I did it again. I'm such a doof. I do kind of like how that looks, though, with, like, the layers, and I think I might actually just add some more footballs to kind of go on top of that. But I'm a dumbass and did this again. Sometimes I just get so excited about it. Definitely a time that the sand eraser is an MVP here. And once I start planning in it, like, it's gonna be, you know, no big deal. So yes, I think I did like, and I can pull it out. Oh no, it was the beginning of this year, wasn't it? Time flies. It was the beginning of this year. Yeah, see, I did the footballs on one page, and then I did this side like white, and then used the light gray. All right, let's add a little more brown in here, just to give it a little different color. Not different color, more color. Cool. I like this. It looks a little messy, but I like it, and that's what matters. I still am gonna go through and put some stickers in here though too, so that's gonna change it up a little bit. This is also my MO. When I'm like at the end of the live, I'm like, I just want to finish this live and go to bed. But I like how it looks. Sorry, I hate how I'm like continuously pulling it closer to me. Okay, so that's that. And then like I said, Nerd's the Word, who is also in PVC, so that's a good time to check her out if you haven't yet. Is doing custom football. I think they reopened it to the 14th maybe. I think I might want to pick up another one of these because this is so cool. I'm not going to use all of this. Thank you. I will see you soon. I'm going to call it a night soon too, so it's actually our season opener. So I think I'm going to go with like I'm going to use like a couple of these, but not all of them, because I want to be able to still use physical therapy. Oh no. I hope it's not too bad. I don't want to put this down yet, actually. I think I want to put my... Yeah. I was trying to be good money-wise. I didn't get the Ohio State one, and now I'm like, I need to order the Ohio State one. But I'm like, I don't want to use it for, like, a shitty game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I know I do this every time. I still have to count. So yeah, so I got little mini Ohio State ones, and then a thing for the schedule too, but I didn't get this full one because I was like, I was trying to be good. I really need to like cut down on my spend. I need to do a no spend, really. But with PVC, that's hard. Oh no, it's your dominant wrist. Oh god, that's the worst. I'm sorry, that sucks. All right. I'm going to use the days of the week in here. So we're going to use those headers, and that'll actually kind of also help to cover up some of my boo-boos here. And to give it a little more of that lion's color. And I'll show you the OSU ones too, Katie, that I got. I know, they're so cute. I wish I had gotten the OSU ones. I might have to place another order. I actually just talked to her about doing I don't know if you guys remember, I've done it with a couple shops. I think Maria from Maria Italian Plans, and of course Mallory from Sugar Pop Fizz, like where they like come on live and we like do a kit and stencils together. I just actually talked about doing one during our PVC round, because she's also in PVC, doing one of those. And now I'm like, maybe I could convince her to do a football one. Maybe I can convince her if I think she's from Michigan. I don't know if she's a Michigan fan, but it would be kind of funny to do like the week of the Michigan and Ohio State game, to do that, like a rivalry one. That would be so fun. I need to convince her to do this. That would be so fun. We actually just talked today, and I was like, just pick a theme. I don't care. Like, she's got a lot of stuff that would coordinate. Like, she's got Taylor Swift stuff, and she's got, you know, different musical stuff, and she's got, like, of course, like, sunflower stuff, all that kind of stuff. And her stuff is all really cute. But now that I'm thinking about this, I need to convince her to do that. Because that would be so fun. Alright, let's do a kind of a lion stripey. Actually, I don't know. I already got this down. We've got to use it now. Wouldn't it? Like, that would be... And now I'm like, I know I have you that's an Ohio State fan. I don't know how many other Ohio State fans I have in my group. But I'm like, that would be a fun, like, post either Michigan or Ohio State's. But all the Michigan fans, I'd be like, no. You're not winning. But maybe to be fair, I would have to do one for an Ohio State spread and one for a Michigan spread. But it would kill my soul to pull the Michigan spread. Alright, cool. And now let's just put some, like, lions stuff down. Let's see. I do kind of still want to put this right here. And then, let's see, Sunday's the game. I love this, but I don't really want the entire thing. So what I think I'm going to do is kind of do like a... one of these things. Should move the other side. True. And that's fine. I don't mind Michigan State fans. They're not insufferable. And let's do one of her cute little girls on here too. A little bit of a tiny bit of a cutting issue. Let's put that here. And again, what I love about this is I'm still going to have like plenty for another. I think I'm going to do this. I'm not going to use the whole thing. I'm going to do the same kind of thing, like cut it. And still have that whole side for another spread. Hopefully for a playoff spread. Okay. I know she's a big Lions fan, so if they make playoffs, I'm just gonna convince her to sell me some more, I guess. Alright, so then we also have Saturday's game. I think we play Western, I think, right? Western Michigan, I believe. Western. I'm from Michigan, I'm allowed to say that. See these like cute little, you can customize the teams. So I got a Lions one. And an Ohio State one. And then she also has the schedule ones. And she has bigger schedule ones too. And you can do like high school teams and stuff too. So that's cool. And we have the Lions game, which I know we're playing for the Rams. Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Okay, so there's that. I'm trying to think if I have anything else that's like, aren't they cute? They're super cute. I had the Ohio State ones last year, and I think I just forgot about them for a while. But they are super cute, and I definitely am going to stick to using them this year, or so I say. Okay, so then the rest of it is just filling in my weekly. Got a lot of stuff to do, but I'm gonna put these away. I'm gonna give this a quick cleanup, hopefully, once I get this all sorted out. Hoping, again, I say this every time I clean my office, and every time I clean my office, I think I order the photo stickers. I imagine it from Lori. Exactly. Exactly. I like those because, like, that sheet has more than a season's worth on it, which is nice, but also, like, not only does it have more than a season's worth, it's like you can add whatever season you want. You know what I mean? Like, if I forget about them, I can use them in 3 years. So that's nice. This is my stuff to do, so I'm going to add that in there. I'm looking for, there's the package. I'm trying to be good about cleaning when I do this, but, like, clearly I fail at it, because I'm already like, I don't know where I put anything, I'm done. Alright, let's not worry about that now. Oh, well, it's because they fell, that's why. I couldn't find them. Alright. So, like I said, there is our September. Oh, the other thing I'll do before I sign off is I'll add this last tip-in tape. Like I said, this is tip-in tape from Lauren Phelps Design. I love that it offers me the entire page to use. Who misplaces things? I've lost several orders. And the problem is like, especially when my shop gets busy, like, because my office is also my planning area. Because, you know, obviously, like, I come on lives here, so, like, all my planning stuff is here. So, I'm going to stay, my planning stuff is going to stay here. Except for when I go once a month to our planning things and throw everything in a bag. And then it just kind of snowballs from there. But when my shop is busy, and especially, like, then I don't clean after lives, like I'm tempted to not do tonight. I lose stuff all the time. And my goal for the next, it was actually my goal for this weekend, but then family time got crazy. Do I have things to tell you guys in the next couple of weeks when I'm allowed to tell them? Things got crazy this weekend, so I did not do what I wanted to do this weekend as far as cleaning my office and getting it all underway. Yeah, you'll definitely find it eventually. Like, when you don't need it anymore. When you're like, oh, I already have all my planner stickers down. It's fine. The weird thing, though, how odd was it to see, like, USC in the Big Ten? And, I mean, like, obviously, like, I've known it's happening, right? Super odd for it to actually have happened. And, like, Washington in the Big Ten. So weird. Just seeing, like, their logos on the field and stuff is so odd. Alright, so weird. I mean, cool, like, it'll be cool. I really want to go to, an entire order. Oh no! Hopefully you find them. I really want to go to Washington when I went to Seattle a couple summers ago. Yeah, I know. That's the weirder thing. Like, when I was like, I mean, they're playing LSU, so I probably would have cheered for them anyway, to be honest, because I really do not like LSU. Or the SEC, but a lot. I really don't like LSU. Because my senior year was the year they beat us in the national championship in New Orleans, and I was there. So, really don't like them. So, very odd to see them. But I probably would have rooted for them anyway. Also, yeah, it was a lot. That was I mean, granted, like, New Orleans was half OSU fans, which made it better. Commiserate with each other. Okay, so I showed you guys the new Halloween stuff that I'll try to get tonight. If not, I'll get it tomorrow morning. I'll definitely announce it tomorrow morning. I showed you guys the new brushes. These will probably be out during PBC. Limited run at first. We'll see how you like it. There's another couple colors I haven't ordered yet. If you guys like the different colors, definitely something I can get. And then the other two things I do not have yet. I have not sourced them at like a good price, but I wanted to check them out like for quality. This is one of them. It is a set of 3 very small like detail brushes. So these are good for like when you're doing flowers, when you're doing the stencils that have really intricate like pieces and you want to change colors without, you know, washing different things down. So there's a set of 3 of these. Again, I haven't sourced them like for bulk pricing, but I really like the quality of them. I'm definitely gonna at least be ordering some for myself. So I might do a limited run of those. That would probably be closer to Black Friday though. And then the other thing is the big stencil albums I'm starting to run low on. I don't currently have a supplier for them. I like the size of those because they fit everything. However, sometimes they are a little bulky, and I do have a supplier for these next things I'm going to show you. I haven't 100% decided to do them, but I really like the size of them and the convenience of them. This has more pages than it will have like when you first order it, but you'll be able to add insert pages. So this is a 6x6 binder. So it'll start to come with 20 pages. It won't have the colored pages in here either. It'll just be like your blank, you know, empty pages. These do hold 2 stencils, and not only do they hold 2 stencils, like you could put like 2 back to back like you do in the normal albums, they actually have a divider between them, so they're not going to get tangled at all in these pages. Like I said, the normal stencil album would come with 20 pages, so that would be like 40 stencils front and back, and then you'd be able to also add, I wanted to see how many I could add. This is 50. This is 50 pages, so like that would be over 100. That'd be 100 stencils. This is the one that I'm gonna probably use to keep with me like on the go in my book for like my Scrappy Chic thing for my monthly planner meetup, and then I'll probably keep like the couple layout stencils, or if like I know I'm gonna use a layout stencil, I'll slide it in like one of those little envelopes I have for the layout kits. But yeah, I think that's fun because you can move them around. As soon as you order the new binder, well, these are not going to be out. This is the only one I've ordered. I haven't ordered like a set of them yet. I just wanted to see like quality. I wanted to give it a couple weeks and see how like the binder holds up. All of that. So I haven't ordered these yet. Again, this is something that would probably be more like Black Friday or the beginning of the year. I wanted to order it. I wanted to kind of like see what you guys thought about it, and also like, again, see how the quality holds up, make sure like the pages aren't too thin. The one I saw actually had like those, if you've ordered a Bookworm Life Planner, you know, they don't have tabs, and people put those like, scotch, I don't know, whatever the name of the tabs are on them. But the one I saw had the same kind of thing, like they put tabs on them, like for different, categories, which I think would be a great idea. So like that, I would probably do that for my meetup, or like maybe I'll color coordinate like the backing to like, these are patterns, these are wreaths, these are Halloween, whatever. I've only put a couple stencils in here. So that's the other thing I want to do. I'm going to like pack this and see like if 50 sheets will still fit when it's filled with stencils. You know what I mean? So these are not, and it comes with, it has like the closing too. The only downside of this, or the biggest downside of this, it is probably going to be on par price-wise with the other albums, even though it's smaller. It's just, you know, prices have gone up, unfortunately. But I am still kind of looking into different sources for different, hopefully better prices. The other downside is that it doesn't fit the big layout stencils, like I said. You know, unfortunately, it just doesn't fit. It's 6x6. My stencils are designed slightly smaller than 6x6, specifically so you could fit them in something like this. Because this is the kind of album that I had when I first started. So, the main stencils, most of your stencils are going to fit in here. It's just like the layout ones specifically that wouldn't fit. But like if you were running somewhere and just wanted to like throw it in, like, you know, you probably could. Or you could put it in one of the layout, if you have a layout stencil folder or an envelope or whatever. But yeah. So that is the two like things on the horizon. I showed you the brushes that will be coming out. First off, in these colors, I think there's another one that is a green, like a green to pink, or maybe green to purple. They were just out of stock when I went to order them. What else? Stencil September, if you haven't checked that out yet, I did have the first like intro post. That was just a really quick one because I wanted to do something the first day and I just didn't want it to be like a long week. The first like official week is out. I think one of them is like showing us your planner layout for the week or for a week, whatever, which is super easy. Do that. They also have like, I think they also have, another supplier has like solid hollow of these. And I think the only one that I got, I liked, but I didn't like the price. So I haven't gone with those yet. So we're going to kind of play around with some new products, you know, familiar forms or new forms of familiar products. The things that we use for stenciling, the things that I use. I'm not going to tell you stuff that I don't use. Other than like stencils that are just not my jam, but I know you guys would love them. Like, it's just a matter of I'm just not using that design. You know what I mean? Like, that's different, I think. But for the most part, like all the stencils that I make, I would use. Let's see. So Stencil September, there'll be a new one posted every week. This week's prize is $10 shop credit. So you get an entry for every one of the questions that you answer, even just in text. And then if you post a picture or a link to my shop, you get a double entry. So you get 2 for that specific question. And then at the end of the week, I will take all those entries and pull a prize winner for the $10 shop credit this week. They're going to change throughout the month, the prizes. And then at the very end of the month, I will take everybody's entries from the entire month and put them all in a generator. And the winner is going to win a $50 shop credit. And with that, like, if there's a ton of people that are participating, I will up that. Like, I have no problems with upping and adding prizes, even adding per week. Got kind of a slow start to the first day. I know it was kind of sprung on you guys, but if we get a bigger turnout, we'll add more prizes because I love giving stuff away, as I think most of you know. So we'll add prizes to that if it gets more traction. PVC I told you about. I told you kind of a brief overview. So the freebies, those aren't set in stone yet, so I'm not going to say like, oh, these are the freebies for sure. The Halloween release will be tomorrow. I'm going to get off of here, finish updating those listings and get those up, and I will probably announce it tomorrow, but if you're really excited about it and want to get on, they'll be on in a couple of hours, or like probably about an hour. What else? Oh, I will also be, as part of like the Stencil September, that whole thing, I want to do a lot more info graphics. I have some graphics made already. I want to do some videos along with it, but I'll be posting the first one, either tomorrow night or the night after, or Thursday night. I think I'm going to trivia tomorrow night, so I'm not 100% sure. I know, I can't believe it's September. However, like, it's been hot this summer. I'm ready for, like, yesterday being cool. I don't know if it was as cool as it was here for you guys, but I loved the cool weather. I love cool weather. I'm not mad about that part. But I don't have school, so I work all summer. So it's like, summers kind of don't mean as much when we have that. So Stencil September, kind of like the Stenciling 101 graphics and stuff will be gradually starting to be posted in the next couple days. What else? Definitely keep an eye on the PVC group. If you're not in that, join that Planner Boss Collective sale group. I'll be probably doing some giveaways in there. Most of that's usually just shop credit because it's easy for me. Stencil September releases. The 19th will be Christmas / holiday / winter, and maybe some more Halloween if I can get the ideas out of my head. I may do another little release that has like the Americana Vody kind of stuff. I would like to get that out. Because I have those 2 that I designed for the Olympics and never got them out. You were on the lake. Oh god, that was probably really cold. Managed to get a fabulous, oh god, of course. I loved yesterday's temperature. It was great. And then, so Stencil September, the graphics. Oh, and then PVC weekend, like I said, is the 20th through the 22nd. Of course, I'll be extending. I have a PVC live this Sunday night. And then, the the 21st, I'll be doing a limited fandom release like I usually do during PVC, and I will also be doing a fandom vault opening for everything. So the release will be like holiday in the park, so like Halloween and Christmas, Disney, and then also some Frozen stuff, because people have been asking about Frozen. So, and it fits along with like the winter theme. So, I think that is it. I will definitely be back here next Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. I will probably be planning next week in my bullet journal and probably doing some back planning. There's a couple weeks, and actually I think it's just now the last week in July that I don't have planned, because I was trying to get, I have 2 weeks in July that were planned. So I'll probably doing, if I can get a lot done, I'll do those 3 weeks. I'll do next week. Actually, no, I'll probably do next week before that. Potentially, maybe if I have some time, like Thursday night, I might get on a live. Beetlejuice, I do actually, and now that you remind me of that, I do actually have a couple of Beetlejuice ones. And when's that movie come out? Do you know when it comes out? Because that would be a great time to do maybe some more if I can think of some more. But if nothing else, I can release those. Do a quick little Beetlejuice release. Let me write that down right now, actually. Okay, so soon. Okay, yeah. Give me tomorrow to kind of brainstorm any other Beetlejuice ones I can do. I think I have 2, maybe 3 Beetlejuice ones already. But if I can think of some more, I can do a couple more. And then possibly do like a weekend, like the 6th, 7th, 8th, release them out of the vaults. Okay, I just wrote it down, so I'm going to try to brainstorm some tonight or tomorrow. If I can swing out a quick release, I will. If not, I will definitely just release. I think I have, let me go into, I can't see your comments right now, and it's getting really late, so I really need to get off of here. But, let me just leave it at that. I definitely have 2 to 3 Beetlejuice stencils. One is like a bigger, actually, hang on. It would be smart to just look in my thing. So I have all my stencils here. Thank you. Let me see. I think it's actually, oh yeah. Okay, so I have, oh no, it's the Addams Family. I think I have 2 of the Addams. Yeah, so I have 2 Beetlejuice. I have this one and this one. But I can definitely try to do a couple more. If you have specific, it's been so long since I've seen Beetlejuice. These ones were specifically requested by somebody like a long time ago. So if you have any like specifics that you really want to see, if you can message me like tonight or tomorrow morning, I will try to get something pulled together. If not, I will definitely just at least re-release those 2. You're a creepy kind of person, so you like exactly. That's funny because the crime scene type layout one was like in my head, and I'm not a creepy type person, but I don't know what I was watching. I was like, that would be cool. Like I've done, like usually around Halloween, I'll do like a bloody borders, because I have that bloody borders stencil. I'll do like a bloody bordery type one. Let's see. I think I have 2. Oh, there's the third one. So I've got this like, I'll usually do like a bloody borders stencil, and I was just thinking like, yeah, so like that, right? But I was thinking how cool it would be to have like a handprint, and then I was like, help me, and then I was like this, and I was like, no, I've got to make a whole stencil, and I was like, that's perfect for a layout though. So that is the idea for that. Horror all year round. I'm not a spooky person, so I'm not. But like, good for you being a spooky person. That's just not me. So, okay, I'm gonna get off of here so I can take a couple pictures of these to post. And then also another one, if you're not following me on YouTube, that's gonna be one of the places I start posting the like educational type content, like long form. I'll definitely post links here. But what I've done so far is I've taken past lives. I'm trying to do like one every, like Monday through Friday, just trying to get myself into the habit of doing it. I've started with like the most recent and gone backwards of the lives. So I'm at like December 30th or something right now. So if you haven't checked out our lives, they're not edited. They're just like this. They're like me talking to people, doing my things. So if you're like at work and kind of like want something on the background to kind of like watch while you're doing that, those are all on YouTube. I'd love it if you gave my page a follow. It's linked in the descriptions here, I think. If not, it's linked in like YouTube or whatever. I'll post about this once I start posting like the content videos. But those are now up because I know people said they had a hard time finding them on this page. What else? I think that's it. I think I'm done for the night. I'm tired. I hope you guys have a good night. I may go live just to get ahead a little bit, like Friday or Thursday night, possibly, maybe. No promises. But I would like to at least do a quick one where I can get next week done. So then, like, next week I can plan the week after kind of thing. But we'll see. I do kind of think I need to trim this down, like, ever so slightly. So I'm going to do that really quick here. Yeah, you guys too. Good night, you guys. I'm going to trim this really quick before I go because it's bothering me that it's not closing well. I had to do my Harry Potter one. I just couldn't get it past me. And now I'm kind of wishing, like, the football theme was so fun. Kind of wish I had done a whole month of football. Maybe I'll have to pull my bookworm planner out and do that and actually plan in my bookworm life planner for once. I've been a terrible, I've been reading, but my planning has just not been good all summer. That's why I have a couple weeks in July still not planned. All right, good night, you guys. Have a good one.